I watch movies. Well, everything in movies aren't actually aliens.
Yeah, but it's recreated to sound like weird and alien-like. And I heard that shit. And the first thing that came to my mind was... I just saw titties. The first thing I saw... the first thing that came to my mind...
Hold on.
...was... You see the paper?
Yeah.
Her head was cut off and, like, she's wearing this shirt. So... I ain't seen no face, but... The first thing that came to my fucking head was alien. There's no other way to describe that shit. It was...
I'm still super convinced that it was someone that was there, and like to this day, it's just like this huge prank.
Why would my grandpa or my mom like prank me?
That'd be fucking hilarious.
that would
be so funny.
It's not like...
Imagine you just brought it up to them one day finally, and they were like...
I did. I asked them both. The next day, I was like, "Did you hear that loud noise last night?" And they both were like, "No." So I was like, they're like, the fucking X-Files theme song came on.
In your head.
I was just like...
Do you ever see that show, Fact or Faked?
I think so.
I was like, that show is hilarious. Some of the stuff, because they would always pick things that were obviously fake. But there was only one that like truly freaked me out. Because they couldn't figure it out, and it looked creepy as shit. And it was just like this dude's like home camera catching whatever the fuck walking across his lawn, like towards the side of his house. Mm-hmm. And it's something like you've never seen this in a movie. Like if someone recreated this alien, it's something that no one's ever seen.
Holy shit.
And it was weird. It was like super skinny and it had like weird legs and it was literally just walking across the lawn. I was like, fuck your nonsense. I would have moved.
That's some crazy shit.
I was like, I would have moved immediately.
You know what fucked me up? You saw The Fourth Kind, right? Y'all watch that movie?
I feel like I have.
The Fourth Kind?
No, I think I have
Mila
once,
Jovovich.
though.
It was half documentary, half like recreated. And
like, I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember if I actually saw it. I think I did because I remember wanting to see it.
All the victims saw this fucking this white owl before they got abducted or whatever. They saw a white owl is like sitting in their window just staring at them, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And then they're like, within the next couple of days, they get fucking abducted. They don't remember shit. They just like they have to go into this hypnotic state.
That's right, Steph's
remember it. Welcome to the podcast.
I have alien stories, man. I don't know.
Do you really?
No. I never had an experience with an alien. I don't know.
Watch that fucking movie. That shit'll like change your mind about it. Cause I was like, but that shit was like in Alaska in some fucking town that you had to take a plane to get to. Like,
how bad is it that this first podcast is going to be about aliens conspiracies?
Oh shit! It can't be more. Sorry, I'm reading the rules.
But
it can't be longer than 5 minutes.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, you're talking about the video?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about podcasts. I'm like, what?
Podcasts can be like
rules?
days long.
Like hour-long podcasts. Holy shit.
I was like, there's the longest podcast that I watch, because I refuse to just listen to the audio, is 2 hours long at the minimum.
I watched one that was like 2.5. I watched a couple that were like 2.5. I watched them in sections though. It was about gaming. Shout out to the gaming Illuminati.
Oh my god.
What we should have for the video version is that nonsense.
Yeah. We should.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we need Claudia to make like cartoon versions of us that we can just put on there.
That'd be cute as shit.
That'd be fantastic.
She'll just stick a picture of Lilo in the corner.
Yeah. That'd be great.
That shit would be dope.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Except it would take her forever to do it.
I'm like, you just have to draw them. That's it. Don't try to sculpt these. Like, you can make one for yourself too, because we know you'll join us eventually.
Eventually.
Oh my god.
Trying to make some fucking speed run shit. What's that shit? The time lapse.
Oh.
speed run.
We're gonna speed run this drawing.
Yeah, that's
Have
how you
you-
know I'm a gamer.
It's called speed paint.
Yeah. I was like, have you seen the prank war now that's happening with these two? Latin left one of the computers logged into his YouTube account.
Oh no.
And Claudia showed up and decided to go to her page, subscribe because he wasn't subscribed already. And then
I didn't even know she had a fucking channel.
And then she has 2 first.
What?
And then she went and liked all her videos. There's only 3 so far. Commented on all of them. And then turned on the bell notification for her channel. And then she logged back into her own channel and then responded to the comments that she left through Latin.
Oh my god, you're so nice. Thank you.
Yeah,
Shit like that.
It was literally it. She was like genuinely excited about it too, like as if
That's so
Latin
funny.
left a comment.
That's so funny.
And then today, he sat down at a computer and she was logged in on it, which is her worst fear ever. She'll shut down the computers to make sure that she did it. And so he pretty much did the same thing and went and commented on stuff and then replied to her comments that
my
she left
channel.
from his channel. So they're having a conversation on a video where they're talking to each other through each other's channels. So all the comments from Latin's channel are really Claudia, and all the comments from Claudia's channel are really Latin.
It's ridiculous.
It's the most nonsense thing that could have ever happened.
I don't know.
And
I don't
then
know what we're doing.
she has 2 channels because she has her own personal channel and then she has a channel with all her artwork. And I was like, is her second channel subscribed to our channels? Like Shenanigans and his gaming channel?
Which it
And
wasn't.
he went and checked. He's like, what?
Now she's subscribed to all of us.
Yeah. Half of the subscribers on the Shenanigans channel are people that don't know that they're subscribed to us because people keep leaving their accounts open. Like 3 days in a row now, Latin has sat down at a computer.
We can't let them know about that.
Yeah. Because they're gonna know.
They watch the video, they were like, who is this? And then they're going to listen to the podcast and be like...
They don't watch the videos normally. Why would they watch an hour-long video? Where nothing happens.
This is where you find out the insider information.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my god. So you find
That'd be great. What if we just get approached by somebody like...
Hey,
What if we found someone that only watched the podcast ones? Where
Yeah, right?
you don't see us, you just hear our voices. And like
You
you're
so
like
familiar
talking
how
to a
the
friend
fuck you
as
are.
someone walks by and they kind of stop and like
are you so and so from
Yeah.
Thing and Blah?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I don't know who you are. Leave me alone.
your voice sounds so familiar.
A lot of voices in the world are the same. Like, leave me alone.
A lot of voices
Like, we go
in
to
the
the
world.
same school, dog. I'm sure
Yeah.
you heard me before today.
Exactly.
He was like, he immediately leaves and listens to the podcast. It was like, that was him.
You talk about that fucking weirdo that you ran into.
Yeah, we talk about it on the next.
Yeah, podcast. Like, yeah.
This fucking weirdo.
Fucking dude came up. Like, who the fuck is this nigga?
It's like,
Talking
I
about
know
I recognize your voice.
I
What the
the fuck you do. I know who you are. I know what you're
the
talking about.
How dedicated would you have to be to a podcast specifically to not
Right.
look to the side and see the videos that have you in the thumbnail?
Not look at all the other videos
Yeah.
that the channel
You're
uploads.
listening to the hour-long video, but not the actual like 5-minute long videos.
That's great.
Oh my god.
So what are you gonna do about this audition video?
Oh yeah. What's this audition for? Let's start there because Latin doesn't know.
Just tell me it was for some YouTube.
It's
channel.
for a YouTube channel called Channel Frederator. Do they talk about like cartoons and shit?
Are you giving them a shout out?
No.
Okay.
Unless I get hired, then yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah.
You might as well give them.
But they do.
Latin's dying.
If they hire me, they get the shout out.
If not, then fuck them. Censor it.
Do we want to censor the cuss words? I think that shit would be hilarious. Because that shit would have been censored. That shit would have been censored.
Latin.
Should we censor the cuss words that I'm about to say right now?
Yeah. Because that would be hilarious. Because that would be hilarious. Oh, my God. That's what we did for one of my friend's yearbook quotes. Because we were in yearbook, so I had access to the senior pages, and she couldn't think of one. So we were just like goofing around and typing in whatever, and we forgot to change the last one back to what it's supposed to be before.
Wow.
And so it just stayed like that. And hers was, I wish we could curse in these, because then I'd put, and it was like a bunch of like the asterisk marks and everything, like the bleeped out.
Yeah.
Do you have like blocked or something?
I think so. And she didn't know because they got sent and finalized. And then I was like, have you seen the yearbook pages? Like, have you seen the senior pages? You should read your quote.
I'd be pissed, man.
Well, she never.
Well, yeah, but still, like, I'd be like, but you could have just left it blank. Like, so I could write it down myself in the yearbook.
No,
But that's a bomb-ass quote, though.
I guess.
She never thought of a quote. That's why we were, like, messing with it. She never thought of one. And we just forgot to change it back to, like, because it was supposed to just say, like, class of 2012 if you didn't have a quote.
Oh, that sucks.
And so we forgot to change it back to that. And so now it was that. And I was like,
It printed, like...
Yeah.
That's what's up.
They got finalized and sent in. The closest one to you is right there, by the way, Steph.
I didn't even know that word. I saw this one. I was looking at this one.
I was like, this one I think you have easier access to. Steph's trying to plug in her phone.
Yeah.
I forget that this is pure audio. So, like, we have to describe the shit that's happening.
Right. I'm garbage.
We know.
But like this Frederator bullshit, like,
yeah.
like they do a lot of like things on cartoons, like cartoon conspiracies and stuff like that. That's like the main thing that they're auditioning for as a new host for that. But they also do like not top, but like 100 something facts about like Rick and Morty or this or that and all that stuff. And I'm like, I love that
waiting
shit.
for Latin to be like, fact one.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out to Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
man. They're doing that shit, bro.
They're popular enough. They don't need shout outs.
Oh, yeah.
They need shout-outs.
But like, and like they're like, we're looking for a new host for our cartoon conspiracies, and it's great because I'm like, I hate all your hosts. Like, I think they're so like boring, and they have like the same like they're so monotone, and like they're telling jokes, and it's all like, it's this like it's so bad. Like I'm just like, I don't know who hired these people. Like,
so what do you have to do for the
That's
audition?
hilarious.
Do you have to do like, this is why you should hire me, or do you have to do like a mock type video of what they would
they're like,
do?
it's like they're like,
here's
do
my
creative-
conspiracy about this
why I
show.
should be hired. Like, that was mine. I wanted to do that. It was like, here's my conspiracy of why you should hire me, and then it would go into like their whole like thing because they have like a whole like setup and shit. And then at the end of each conspiracy, it's they rate the conspiracy 5 out of 5 like some things. Mine would have been like, I rate this conspiracy 5 out of 5 dope resumes.
That's fucking perfect. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I was like,
But then it's like, I don't want to edit it.
just edit it real fast.
I don't want to edit it. I hate.
I thought you were editing it.
No.
I got other shit
She
to edit.
edits all
I have to
kinds of
edit
shit.
this now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't want to edit it.
I have to edit
You
my
don't-
thesis.
you
Edit
don't-
this.
you don't have to edit
Shenanigans. I have to.
You don't have to edit this.
I have to bleep out all this shit now.
You don't. That was just an idea I was throwing.
Yeah.
Because it would be funny.
I need it.
Massachusetts. Get the fuck out of here.
Massachusetts.
I don't know nobody
You
from
should have
Massachusetts.
answered it specifically
Hello.
for this.
Oh yeah, alright, let's do it.
Oh my god, no.
Who the fuck is this?
What about speak?
No. That's the Board of Education.
Hey, your student loans may be eligible for new programs.
Get the
designed
fuck out of here.
Damn it.
I'm mad as fuck.
I'm upset there wasn't someone on the other line.
Oh my god, I would have been
that was-
mortified.
Why? It's
Oh,
not
no.
your phone.
Oh my god. Yeah, they call from just random numbers so that you'll answer.
They call from Diamond Bar for me. I'm like, alright. Like,
Are you serious?
like, that's fine.
They
The-
call me from all over the fucking country. It's just ridiculous.
Like, they call from
Fucking clip back.
area codes that I'm used to, which
Yeah.
throw me off.
Yeah.
They'll call me from Pasadena, like they have a Pasadena number, and I'm like, oh, maybe, like, I know it's not my work, but maybe it's like one of my coworkers.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, hey, like, I'd be like, hello, and they're like, your student loans, this. I'm like, God, I'm already
Instantly.
paying them. Like, who cares?
Like, they called me once from a number that started with the same 3 digits as my number, and I was like, what?
I get that. I get that shit too. Actually, I had a couple people call me like random wrong numbers from like the same 3 digits in the same area code. And they always call me looking for some dude named, yeah, some weird ass fucking name like a Roach or some shit.
What? That's unfortunate.
Some,
Yeah.
That's
some weird
unfortunate.
shit.
Oh
And I'd be
my
like,
God.
wrong fucking number.
As you're laughing.
Like, is this a drug dealer? Like, are you
Oh my
kidding me?
I
god.
feel like it was. Get a bunch of people calling me this dude.
Oh man. I wonder if Claudia's here yet. I hope she gets
Go
some
check
notifications.
after the podcast.
We should call her on the
like, get her-
podcast.
Hey, where are you?
If she's at work, she won't answer.
Look
this
at your
shit.
phone.
Oh, is it still her?
Yeah. She's
Um,
watching.
If you want to know
she's
what we're
watching
talking
us.
about, you have to go watch another video. Oh, that
Which is
video isn't even
called-
up yet.
Lol.
It'll be up
Aw.
soon. though.
Good job.
It'll be up by the time this is up, because this is gonna go up way after.
Either way, there's a reference to it in one of the videos that's already up. The gum video.
Yeah, that's
Thailand
right.
Gum video. Shit is hilarious.
Latin took a screenshot of Claudia's face in one of the videos, and now it's his phone lock screen. Has Stephanie seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm calling her.
Is it on speaker?
My phone lock screen's
Yeah.
my friend too, except it's a really nice, pretty picture.
Is in her screen you? Friendship goals. Two very different people.
Exactly.
The same.
Yeah,
Hey, are you at school?
I'm on my way. I should be there in like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So
what's
an
up.
hour from now.
Yeah, I had to go buy a tablet and it was
That's
it was
right.
far. So
Damn.
I caught a lift from there. If I caught the bus, it would have took me like another hour to get to school. So,
Okay, you know I'm driving, right?
bitch, you could have came and got my ass.
Yeah, like Latin could have
Oh.
given you a ride.
It depends.
I'm riding a lift man's car. It's too late.
Are you in the
Well-
lift right now?
Yeah, I'm in the lift right now.
Oh man.
That's great. All right, well,
Yeah, I'll see you when I get there. Then,
Cool.
you can come and join the podcast, a late special guest.
Just
Okay.
end the call now. Just end the call.
All right, cool beans.
All
She's
right.
gonna be like, what?
All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
All right, bye.
Later. That's hilarious.
Did I tell you I was thinking about being a drag king?
You never
What
told
is
me
that?
this.
It's like a drag
It's
queen.
like drag queens, but
Do you
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
a drag
but,
queen is?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I've never heard of drag kings.
That's basically the same
it's
thing,
the same
except
thing, but
a woman's
woman.
dressing as a man.
I've never heard of this or seen pictures.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
they're
thing.
Just, they're just butch lesbians.
No, they're not. Like how
drag
like,
is like overly like they wear baggy shit and
well, yeah. I mean, well, there's different types of drag kings because I saw
they
like
wear like tank tops and they
no,
work
not all
out.
of them. Well, like the one like if I ever did that, I would base myself off of more of like a grunge or a punk sort of like scene. Let me see.
I don't know what you're looking at. I'm just scrolling.
It's
It's
Yeah,
words
Lady
fine.
Gaga. This is Lady Gaga. She,
Lady Gaga.
That's Lady Gaga. She dressed in drag for I think like the Emmys, or not the Emmys, the Grammys.
Yeah, I remember that shit, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, and I thought it was great.
It was dope when I
figure, like,
once I realized what it was.
It's,
I couldn't
I'm
explain
like, it's a
what I was.
podcast. You need to use words.
I
that-
couldn't
like,
explain what I was seeing.
I
Like,
wanted
if
to
we
be
put
like-
that shit up on screen.
Like, I was
niggas would be
gonna,
like,
because I seen like a lot of like videos about drag kings, and like a lot of them like they want to be like rappers, like they want to model themselves after like rappers and like Justin Bieber and like gross shit. But like I wanted like I want to be like I wanted to model myself if I ever did this, I wanted to model myself after like Brendom Urie or the Arctic Monkeys or something, like just pop like
Brendom Urie
like-
dresses in high heels.
I know exactly. So I'm like I'm already halfway there. Let's do it. But like
Like-
he was a drag king. He was a drag queen for Kinky Boots. So
That's right. I want to
so,
see that.
yeah,
So-
but like I would model
I'm
myself
not getting
after
any of
like
these references.
oh well,
Do you know who Brendom Urie is?
No,
Panic at the Disco.
no.
How do you not know what Panic at the Disco is?
I've heard of Panic at the Disco. I don't know the individual members of the
Okay.
band.
He's
the only member.
What? You Panic at the Disco?
He's
is
the
not
only-
a
well,
band?
Well, they
used to
were
be.
a
Now
band
it's
of like
just him.
3 people or 4 people.
Okay.
It started off.
That tells you how much I know about that.
That.
I love him. I think he's great.
Yeah,
But
I don't give a fuck.
I want. You know what my drag
What the
name?
fuck?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on, son.
yeah. That's for his role in Kinky Boots. That's a
What is-
musical. It's a musical on Broadway in New York. It's
Okay.
We're looking at a picture of Brendom Urie and
Kinky Boots.
yep.
But
Pretty much.
you know what my drag king name is that me and Tintin came up
Oh,
with?
no. What?
It's Santiago Lee Adams.
How'd you come up with this?
Santiago because my
Wow.
mom wanted to name me Santiago
Oh, that's
when I
right.
was a boy.
I was like, why does that name sound familiar? You
Why'd
told
say
me
when
that.
you were a boy?
If
if I
But you
was-
said when.
no, well whatever, whatever.
Oh shit.
If I came out a boy, my mom would have named me Santiago. Lee, it could be both a Asian or Latino name, and I was like, I want Asian things in there too because I am. And then Adams because I love the Adams family.
Wow. Wow.
Jesus.
Like I'm sure you love a lot of things.
What Adams
I'm
family?
surprised there
I
was
needed
no,
a last name.
a Lilo references or anything.
Lilo's a girl.
That's
I
hilarious.
can't.
So the difference between drag queens and kings is like kings.
The opposite.
The
It's
opposite.
like, yeah.
No, but like
They're women dressed as men.
but
Drag
you're,
queens are
you're
men
talking
dressed
about
as
like
women.
modeling off of like specific. Like
Yeah,
how
you have to
specific
create
men
your look
dress.
on something. You can't just throw on a pants and a shirt and be like, I'm a drag king. You have to model yourself after something. Like how
Well-
you probably don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race or anything.
Of course
But
No.
like
I don't
like
watch
a lot of
Lilo.
like
I
some,
know what it is.
Yeah, one drag queen modeled herself after Cher. She looks exactly like Cher.
God.
And
Dang.
that's like they
Okay.
have their own like thing. There's like comedy like for drag queens. There's comedy queens. There's comedy queens, pageant queens. Like what else? Like glamour and pageant, the same bullshit.
We should be writing down all the shit we talked about so we could tag it.
Yeah, but like yeah, I like my favorites are the comedy queens. I think they're great.
I know nothing
there's,
about
like,
the world of drag.
it's okay.
And I'm proud to admit that.
Why? Drag is great. It's art. It's awesome.
It's cool. It's just like
I hope
It's not what I fuck
this
with.
podcast gets so popular that people are like, Latin should dress as drag for a Shenanigans video.
the fuck.
You should dress in drag.
And
it's
you
fun.
feel so pressured to do it by the millions of viewers that are requesting it.
Millions of motherfuckers can't pressure me to do nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Are you
I don't
really
give
gonna
a
start
fuck.
writing? No, what I just
Yeah, why not?
realized now was one, we should have told Claudia we were on the 5th floor and not the 3rd floor.
We could text her.
And 2, she can't get in that door, so we're just gonna hear like a faint, like knocking,
Shit.
and walk out. She looks sad on the other side 'cause she doesn't
You can
have
make
an
another
ID that can
Shenanigans
open
video.
it. Yeah. So
Latin, if you became a drag queen and you went on Drag Race, you could win $100,000.
My pride can't.
Are you? It's not.
$100,000.
Dude, these people that are drag queens, like they're so like they love what they do, and they like there's that shit like makes for them it makes bank. Like they're flying all around the world performing. They're performers, like they're artists.
I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. You feel
I
me?
guess. I mean,
If I was going to like, I could go on a game show and win a meal.
Different strokes for different folks. Is that
yeah,
what you
that's
Yeah.
a thing. That's a thing. That's a thing people
You
say.
never heard of
I've
that?
never heard that.
Are you serious?
I've never, ever.
Different strokes for different folks.
You keep saying it as if it's gonna suddenly click in my head.
It should.
Like, if you say it differently.
Yeah, straight men
Just
can
the
be drag queens too if they really wanted to.
I'm sure they could.
Brendom Urie, he did it.
He's bi though.
Yeah, he's married.
You got to have something in you.
Well, if you really like performing and being on stage, then yeah, you can be a drag queen. Like, that's all it takes if you just want to perform.
It's different if you're doing that shit as like a comedy element, because a lot of motherfuckers dressed up as women.
You've been
For
looking
comedy.
like you were gonna write something for the past like 2 minutes, and there's nothing written down.
Because we've talked about a lot of shit in these 25 minutes. We talked about drag.
It's only been 25 minutes.
Yeah, you feel me?
It's been like it feels like it's been 5, but
We
like
talked about.
You've only been part of 5 because we were talking
Yeah.
about aliens for the first
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
we're
heck.
talking about aliens.
we should get Peter for that shit, not me.
We should. We need to bring in Peter just to talk about aliens for like 2
Why
minutes.
does he talk? Why is he?
He loves aliens.
Does he know?
Peter-
Like, has he been abducted?
I
And
don't
he's
think.
like,
wants to
Have
be.
you been abducted? Like,
no.
then
But I'm not like I love aliens. I'm just like
he thinks-
motherfuckers exist.
he loves aliens. He thinks they're
They exist.
That's what his thesis was all about.
Yeah.
I know, but
Did
that
you not
shit
see
was
his
that
thesis?
fucking that ending though, bruh.
I hated.
Fucking stupid.
I literally hated his ending because he didn't do what we told him to.
Everyone hated it. We were like,
so
you had it. You had your ending. It was perfect.
What was his ending before?
Fuck if I know. I remember.
what it should have been, and the reasoning why it wasn't is stupid. What it should have been is like when she throws the papers out the window, it should have been a shot of seeing the papers going out the window from the outside. And that's your ending shot. You're good.
Exactly. But he didn't want to do that
Because motherfucker. It was like, no, his reasoning was like, we didn't have the like car rig for it.
yeah,
We're
they're like, we didn't have the rig. It's like, you could have leaned out the window, like or
Yes.
anything.
camera out the window, or literally like London was like set up the camera on the side of the road.
Yeah, and get it from
drive
her.
by like.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to do that. We don't have enough time. This and that. It's like, dude, you're not
I was
picture
like,
locked until
your
like 3 in like
Whole
until like
film
3
got
weeks.
ruined because your ending was stupid.
He's like, that's gonna be the
Right.
director's cut. I'm like, you're not gonna have any money for a director's cut.
Yeah. I was like, it goes
He's
from
not gonna do anything
her
with
throwing the papers
He hasn't
out
done
the
shit
window
with it.
to her back in the forest and like this.
Yeah,
weird
I don't
cut.
understand.
I'm like, Peter, please.
Like the camera
Everything's
fucking
so
tilts
great.
down
Yeah.
slowly. I was like, what is happening?
I was like, am I gonna see the alien appear again? But
Right.
like,
I
nothing.
was I was low key mad when he showed the alien, because
It took him
it
so long
built
for
up.
that to happen.
Yeah, but it built it up like it like they weren't gonna show it, and they showed it, and it was like
Well-
basic ass After Effects.
It took him
It was
forever.
good.
He had to get picture locked really early just to get those shots because he hired someone to design and
Yeah,
put in
someone
the
to do
alien.
everything pretty much,
Yeah,
right?
because he had money.
Yeah.
He has money for college.
Yeah,
he
you
had
And he
explained
didn't
to me
spend it
what-
all, though.
200 grand for college.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only person I know ever that didn't have to like worry about financial aid or anything.
That's crazy.
Are you still trying to figure out what else we've talked about today?
Yeah.
Peter. It's not in that order though.
Who
I know,
cares?
but it's
It's for your tags.
Yeah.
It's
It's gonna be a recurring thing on the
We,
podcast.
we talked about Panic at the Disco for like a minute,
Oh,
which I'm
I
gonna
get-
go
well,
back into right now
that
because
was-
I'm gonna. Well, no, I'm gonna get a tattoo of Victorious on my finger
nice.
right here.
Did Steph tell you how I snuck her onto the ground floor at a Panic concert?
That was fun.
nah.
That was so great.
How did y'all do the Mission Impossible?
So well, the
it's
thing
not.
is,
It wasn't that. Hard.
it really wasn't that hard.
No, it
But,
was
like-
just her own braveness that she had to fight through.
Like, my paranoia.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
like the thing was, when they announced, oh, we're going on tour, and like, here's pre-sale tickets, here's a code, and so she did it first, and
I was like, I'm not missing.
Yeah, but with student loans and now this, and it's like I don't have money. I have to wait till my next check. So when my next check came, she told me where she was sitting, and I tried to get the seat closest. But the seat closest was like a level above. I was like,
I was on the floor. She was.
I know. I was so mad. I was like, fuck. So like, I'm like, fuck it. I'll just buy this ticket. Not knowing that my friend was getting tickets for the same concert
Just
in
2
San
days
Diego.
before.
And so long story short, I went to 2 concerts.
In 3 days?
In like 3 days. Yeah, in like 3 days.
A break, and then the next concert.
But when we got to the venue, we got there super fucking early. We got to the venue, she had her ticket on her phone. And they were like, okay, you could go in now. So we went in. I went to...
Do you want to sit on this chair instead?
No,
like
it's okay.
you're like...
No, it's fine. So we went to both of our seats, and I'm texting her, and I'm like, because I knew what was going to happen during the concert, because he walks through the audience. I'm like, if he walks next to you, I'm going to fucking decapitate you. Like...
when I went down to like find my seat, because I didn't know where it was,
and I wanted
it
to
was
see
on
where
the
she
ground
was
floor.
sitting.
She was like on the balcony looking,
and I'm like, I could see your ass. Like,
I was on the back row between the aisles, so I was like right here. She's like, that's where he goes. I fucking hate you.
I know. So like, and then she's like, and then I'm like, well, she said that she was gonna find a way for me to get down there, and I'm like, all right, good luck. I'll just sit here. I just sat there for the 2 opening acts. And then she sent me.
Because I was like, first I need to find out if there's a seat next to me that's actually open. Because if there isn't, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And there just so happened to be one that was one over. Like, there's 2 girls that were together that were sitting next to me. And then next to them was an open seat. And they, for whatever reason, decided to move over a seat. Like, so they shifted over. So there was like, there's an open seat now.
Literally right next to her. So I was like, fuck yes. So like, so she sends me a screenshot of her ticket, and it's already been scanned out. They scan them outside.
Yes.
And the security guard, he just needs to see that the section.
Yeah.
Like,
all he has to do is see that it's a floor section.
Yeah.
So like, I'm pretty sure you can get by, because all he checks is this.
Yeah.
I like saw him checking other people's.
So I'm like, LOL,
I'll
lol,
send you
try.
this.
Like,
good luck.
Yeah. I brought all my shit with me. Like, I had like.
I think she either put on or took off her sweater to look slightly different.
Yeah, I put on my sweater. I put on my glasses, and I went up to the dude. I didn't look at him. I'm like, here you go. He's like, all right, go. I'm like, what?
Like, her arms stretched out, looking.
And then he's like, all right, go ahead. I'm like, what? So I'm like going down like all slow, and everyone's like, hey, like the security was like, hey, how you doing? Your seat's right there. I'm like, or like not even like that. I'm like, I know where I'm going. Don't look at me. Like, I know exactly where I am. And then
I know exactly where I am.
So I
she knew exactly where to go.
I mean, it's because I saw you from where I was sitting, so I knew where it was. So like I get there, and I'm like, what if they find me? Like, what if they see me? What if they find out? What if the person that bought this ticket, because it was a sold out show, what if this person that bought this ticket comes in
shows up
and like shows up, like, you're in my seat, bitch. Like,
I was like, first off, they wouldn't yell at you because this seat is taken by the girl sitting next to you. Mm-hmm. The seat that's open in this row is one seat over, so they'll yell at that girl.
Right.
And literally anytime, there was one point, I think during like the second song when Panic at the Disco was actually out, there was a security standing behind us, and she started freaking out. She was like, they're gonna catch me, they're catching me.
like my internal monologue was like, I'm going to jail. Like, I knew I wasn't gonna go to jail because who cares?
Yeah.
But like,
I was like,
they just tell you to go back.
She
to
went
the seat.
from like enjoying the show to like, oh my god. No. I was like, you need to calm down. You look like the most suspicious person on the planet right now. She looked like she robbed the bank and was hiding there.
The money is under her seat.
yeah.
And they were like fold up chairs too, so like it's not hidden well.
To be honest, I could have probably gone literally anywhere on the floor because everyone was just walking everywhere. I know. And like
so
the
angry.
minute Brendon like came down to like sing throughout the crowd, everyone just bum rushed like to the row where he was gonna be.
Fucking nonsense. Because security finally, like, they were like, no, you can't go if you're in this section.
And some girl just like leapt like.
This one girl, first off, she was in our row. She was in the seat that was open. She literally jumped over the seat and ran and was stopped. And then at some point she like came back to talk to her friend and then just casually walked by.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you do that? Like, as I'm watching her go.
Yeah.
And security's still doing this, and they just kind of like look at her and let her go as they're holding
like,
other people
well,
back.
Well, because like, are you gonna let a whole mob go because you're trying to get one dumb bitch? Or are you just gonna let one dumb bitch go and just hold a whole mob?
But it's like they didn't say or acknowledge it in any way. They just, like, she just walked by.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm
Get
like,
back here! Like,
I was like, how did you just do that? Because they stopped her
like-
before.
also, these poor security people, they're like all like older people. Like some of them look like they could have like grandkids, like actually. And I'm just like, they're not gonna fucking run.
Dang.
Like they're not gonna do
Yeah.
shit.
What the fuck? That shit is hilarious. See, like old ass, crippled
like,
ass
the-
fucking security guards.
The
and shit.
like, the aisle wasn't that big. They walked like, she walked just like under their arm. Like they let her go. They weren't trying to stop her. I was like, why her?
That's
First off.
why her?
First off.
You didn't think of the fucking idea.
Yeah. I was like, that was running
That's
through my head
hilarious.
too. Because right before it happened, I was like, what if someone sits on that side and they have to get by? What if you just pretend that you sit over there?
My seat's over there.
As I'm thinking of that, I watched this girl that I know is sitting next to me in my row walk by. I was like, I'm so angry.
That's insane.
I was like, I'm
think-
so mad.
I think it was also this venue, like, overhearing the security guards go, it's mostly girls, so there's not going to be a fight today. I'm like, what? like, I'll give you a fight if you really want it.
I was like,
Like,
I kept hearing security because I was like right at the back and right to the corner, so there was security literally standing next to me
Yeah.
as people were first coming in, and he kept talking to other people, other security guards, and I'm just like, oh my god. And it was just like, today's gonna be a calm day, or like, it's mostly girls at this show, so there won't be any fights. And I was like texting Stephanie, I was like, apparently there are a lot of fights at this venue because security seems pretty relaxed.
That's hilarious.
Lo and behold, they didn't realize that Brendom Urie was going to walk down the center aisle
Exactly.
and all hell was going to break loose.
people went
Was there
fucking
a fight,
insane
though?
for confetti. I was like, y'all, sit down. Like,
Was there a fight though?
no.
There was a lot of pushing and shoving when he was walking down the center aisle.
Exactly. I was like, I'm gonna stay here. Like, one girl I think had like a
Leaping
panic.
over chairs.
One girl had like a panic attack,
Yeah.
and like the EMTs had to come in. And I'm like,
Oh,
fuck.
That's
my
why
God.
the security was standing behind her, because they were like making sure the aisles are clear, because they had to have the gurney come in to help the girl that's behind us.
And I was like, no. Like,
Yeah, she like saw security and was like, oh my god, oh my
what's
god.
happening?
oh my
What's
God.
happening? And some girls on the floor. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like I was just like, they're not here for you. They're probably here for that girl that's dying right
Yeah,
now.
the girl is dying. That shit is crazy.
Like Steph, I'm surprised Steph didn't get caught with how paranoid she looked.
I am so like unmemorable. Like, I could literally go through. I could just go through a crowd and no one would notice me. Like ever. Stealth, pure stealth. Like,
I'm surprised you were still alive after going to 2 of those concerts.
dude, I wanted to die. Like,
In September of this year, I'm going to
Green
3
Day.
in 1 week.
that's
on
on
the
you.
22nd,
Rip
26th,
you. That's
and
yours.
27th.
That's all on you,
I'm
man.
going to 3 separate concerts.
I'm going to Green Day. I'm going to a Green Day concert on the 16th, and it's by my house, so I don't have to like do anything. So, and my friend bought my ticket for me, so I'm like, dope.
Also,
Cool.
Nice.
these concerts for me start right after the screening. So I'm most likely going to go
You gotta
to
screen
the
your
screening,
shit
and then the
leave?
next day is the first concert.
Oh.
Then I get a weekend, and then I have 2 concerts back to back, one day after another.
You're
I'm like,
fine.
I'm gonna die.
I go to
I was like,
Green
I'm gonna have
Day
no
and then-
voice.
I
for,
thought
like,
you
a
were
month.
talking about like leaving straight from the screening.
Which
I wouldn't
would.
have gone to the screening.
for your
I
own
was like,
fucking
oh my
screening.
God.
Yeah, I
Are you
told my friend
serious?
that I was like, if one of these concerts land on my screening, I'm probably not gonna go to my screening.
You're gonna pull a John Kong.
I always
Your family would have kicked your ass.
They probably would have. They wouldn't have known. I just wouldn't have told them about the screening.
Then they'll be like, when you're
Yeah,
gonna
when are you gonna
screen your
sc-
movie, Deanna?
You'd have to call Limley, set up a fucking screening.
Specifically
Nobody
for
would
my
be there.
Except your family of 200.
I know they're gonna fill up like half the audience, but it's during the
That's
week and
what's
it's
up.
during the day, so I don't know how many of them are actually gonna go.
Yeah,
And
that
since
shit-
we don't find out till like a week before it happens, none of them are gonna be able to get off work.
bullshit,
Apparently, I made
man.
Lamont cry during my like speech or whatever after the screenings because I said something about my dad
Oh,
and he was like like crying. Like, he's like,
he's gonna be there at our screening, and I told Lat, and I was like, we should have like a farewell type video, as if he
That'll be
died.
cute.
It was like the
That's
worst. music.
rip yeah, rip Lamont.
That shit will be great.
I was like, whoever goes last in our lineup has to put this at the end of theirs, just so that it just ends like that. The
Rest
I
whole
need them
screening.
Le Mans memes, man. I
Oh
still
my
want to do
God.
that shit.
We should.
John Kong started
Like,
that
I want to
shit.
make a full video now. I was like, I want to make a full farewell video where people actually talk about Le Mans.
That'd be great.
Can we put Peter in there and he can dress up as Lamont?
Oh, this needs to happen now. This 100% needs to happen right now. Whoever goes last needs to put this at the end of their credits.
Who is? Well, do you have the order yet or no?
Nope.
Oh yeah, you don't figure
I
out
don't
till
even
the
know
end.
where the fucking screening is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
y'all don't find out till the end.
Some bullshit.
Or like the minute they announced who was the order for mine, I like immediately let her know. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's this, and this, and I'm like, I was like perfectly in the middle. I was like, fuck my life.
I was like, I want to go last specifically for this Le Mans video now. I was like, that's it. That's all.
can I
want.
request that?
Yeah. I was like,
How did they decide the order anyway?
For mine, it was for by length and by genre because Frank's was a serious
All
film
of
that
us
was
are
almost a
dramatic.
half an hour long.
God.
don't yell into the mic.
This was almost a half an hour
I don't
long.
think
It was about a
I
fucking.
don't think it peaked, but
It was about like fucking I don't what was it about? It was about this band member doing like cocaine or something and he didn't want to like sell out and I'm like, well, you know what? The main part of wanting to make it in the music industry is selling your shit and making money. And
Selling your shit.
You stupid fucking dumbass like
half an hour.
half an hour long of just like watching this dude mope around and be like sad that he can't make his music and it's like then fucking like to think of another solution besides killing yourself, dipshit. And he was like, this is based on like events that like happened to me and my friends and I'm like, you need new friends. Like, my God.
Right?
It's like
You
Jesus.
need new friends.
Jesus.
I like saw
How'd he
his,
get
I was
away
like,
with
how
that
is
shit?
this half an hour? But
Yeah,
all of
right?
ours are dramatic as shit. Except maybe Alex's, depending on how he reshoots his.
Yeah.
But all of ours are dramatic. So if anyone's in the center, it's gonna be Alex.
Break it up. Or he could either be in the center or last.
I think they would put him in the center just to give everyone like
Intermission.
Yeah. Like let's stop breaking your hearts for 2 seconds.
Did they have intervention at the
No.
last screening?
No.
They did.
Oh, they did? I
The
don't
last
remember.
screening
one.
because
Oh, something
one
happened.
of the thesis
Yeah.
films weren't working, so
That
they're like, we
sucks.
need extra time to fix these.
That shit is
So they played the
insane.
portfolios, and then we got like 20 minutes, and then they played one thesis, which was John
John
Cox.
Cox.
He's like, oh.
I can't believe he screened that shit. And he left too, huh?
No, he was. Did he leave?
He
no,
said
he was
left.
there.
That nigga said I'm walking. He said he walked
He
out.
said he would leave.
He said he would. He wanted to
Yeah.
desperately. He wanted to
He
leave
stated
so
it.
bad.
I never
Watch
saw
his
it.
own
I
shit.
couldn't make it. Stupid people. I couldn't make it because Lamont he emailed us the day
the
before.
day before.
Oh,
With the wrong
yeah.
dates too.
I got them shits mixed up, man. I thought the fucking portfolio show was the same day, and they switched that shit. I was like, fuck.
I'm really happy John Kongs was the one that worked so that we could see that Lamont.
Yeah. Everybody saw that shit.
Do you all have to do the portfolio show?
I have no idea. We have no clue. If we do, because I'm still here another quarter, so I'm hoping that they'll let me not do it during my thesis.
And then they'll forget about it.
Exactly what I'm hoping for. That's my full plan. But I asked Chuck about it, but he didn't know. He didn't.
He'd be like, why?
No, because I told him, I was like, usually everyone has to do it during their thesis post-quarter because that's usually their last quarter. But my last quarter is next quarter, so can I do it then instead? He was like, you would have to ask the dean.
You're not the dean.
Put it on speaker. Claudia's calling.
Claudia is calling.
She's like, where the fuck are you?
What up?
Hey.
Where you at? Are you guys here at the school yet?
We're on the fifth floor.
What's in there?
Our podcast.
What the hell is that? Is that something you eat?
Podcast, Claudia.
So, I'm just hungry and tired.
Come up to the fifth floor. We're in like the first classroom to the right.
I went to my computer on the third floor.
But you haven't set up everything yet.
No, I just sat down.
Okay, so get back up. Go to the elevator. Press 5.
You want to be a part of this.
Believe me, you want to be a part
guys,
of this.
is there food up there?
Stop by the vending machines, then go to the elevators, and then go.
I got some goldfish.
What is this
All right,
sound?
here I come.
Alright.
Alright.
It's gonna be like half an hour.
I got like an empty bag of
Goldfish.
Cheetos.
Empty bag of Cheetos.
How's
You
that
can
good?
eat that.
Oh, yeah.
I got chapstick.
Oh my god. One day we need to order like pizza during this podcast and just like
That shit would be lit.
Pancake podcast. All right.
Pancake?
that's a recipe.
Yeah, I love that.
There's like
shit.
pancaked it. What do you
Did
fuck
I
are you
eat,
doing?
did I eat the
What
rest?
the fuck was that?
You said- did I eat the
You probably
my other-
did.
I did because I tried to make the basket in it. I'll probably
Oh,
give
I wish
Claudia
people could
these.
have saw that.
I'm gonna eat this fucking.
Just
Yeah,
seeing your
you
head
stop
whip
recording.
back and forth. I only
I-
recorded because I wanted to. I know she's gonna get locked out, so I'm gonna record this and make it into a video.
I still have a bunch of fucking banana cream pies.
What?
Banana cream pie.
That shit's gross.
What else is in your
This shit
backpack
is
right now, Latin?
fire.
I hate banana cream.
Latin has a full backpack. He just pulled out 5 different things,
Oh!
and then he dropped his backpack.
There's a place of Latin. There's a
That
place.
one whatever you pulled out was what was balancing it. That little.
There's an ice cream. There's an ice cream place in Redondo Beach, and they have a banana cream pie flavored ice cream.
That shit sounds fire.
They literally just mush up the pie and mix it into the ice cream, and they're like, "There you go." And it's like pieces
What?
of like crust and like the pie. I was like, it's actually really good.
Have
I
you
bet it-
seen those? Good job, Latin.
No, it's like a piece of dust or something. And it was, I thought it
You're
was
like-
I thought it was a spider
You
or some
look
shit.
so concerned. If
You're
it
trying to
was,
crawl
what would
on
have
my
actually
dick.
happened? You would have just like flown back.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you how I would have reacted. There was a spider about to crawl up my ass.
We should order pizza, and I'll pitch in for pizza and have it delivered to
Have
the
it
school.
delivered.
I have card. I'm not.
How long do you want this podcast? We're sitting here waiting for that shit to get delivered while we're still talking
This
about
podcast
Has to be
sponsored
at least
by.
an hour. Right? Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Sponsored by my debit card. Which is a lie because I don't have money. But
How long has it been going?
shit. 48 minutes.
shit, she got 10 minutes.
Yeah, because like at least minimum an hour. Whatever goes up past that will be like the wrap up period.
Here's the thing, though. I just
We
started,
didn't even do an intro.
Yeah, I just started recording like when we were talking about. But I think right before we started talking about aliens.
That's very shenanigans-esque, though.
That is shenanigans. We just started recording and they were like, "Okay, it's a podcast."
That's exactly what it is.
That is shenanigans for you.
That's how all the videos are. Every video
True.
either starts like midway through something already happening, or me thinking of something, getting it out, and just being like, "Hey, Latin, do you think you can do this?"
I feel like I don't know. We should like write down like ideas for like themes of podcasts, because like one of them should be like the Bird Book or the Shade podcast, where it's just like talking shit, which I know it happens all the time,
just
but like
happen.
But it's
Is that
like
Claudia?
I think
she's
it is.
calling.
Hold on.
Yeah.
She's calling. Answer it. Answer it as
God
you.
damn it.
You talk to the people.
I'm so
Describe what's happening.
Hey, what room are you in? Are you in 511?
I'm so fucking hungry. I guess they're gonna go get Claudia. I don't know what they're doing. I'm starving. I don't even know what the fuck's happening, because no one can understand Latin talk when he's screaming.
I like how delayed that is, though, because I can see her saying bitch, and then you hear it.
There's no computers in here.
There's one computer.
Guys.
Oh, yeah.
What
I'm gonna
up?
do a podcast in a lab.
Oh.
Can't do a podcast
I
in
don't
a
know anything
lab.
about podcasting.
You just
All you have to do is talk, man.
All I gotta do is tablet, and I got a ZBrush.
We're only going to be here for
Yeah,
another
we-
10,
we-
15 minutes.
Okay.
We've been
We
here
want
for an hour
podcast to
talking.
be an hour. Grab a
fucking
chair.
Jesus Christ, this child.
Working so hard, guys. You understand?
So our friend Claudia has just joined us.
It's so heavy.
Special guest.
I was gonna pick it
Young
up, and I was
Claudia.
like, "Fuck,
Why
there's
would you
weight."
pick the one that has handles?
They all look just. You know what? Okay.
Go ahead and get closer to the mic. You just gotta. There you go. You just gotta
Oh
scoot
my
forward
god.
so we can hear you.
And
And
then
you
you
handed
pop.
me goldfish. Thanks.
Who did this? His.
Oh, I thought she handed it to me. You
No.
handed it-
What?
I was literally nowhere near you.
Okay, look, guys. I just want you to know I'm a little tired.
A little like.
Yeah,
You're a
like,
lot tired.
I'm tired still, but and I took a long ass nap in the lift. I was like, "Oh, we're going, okay."
How was that lift?
It was alright. It just took forever. And
Did
then
you get a
the-
lift line?
Yeah, but it.
I can't fall asleep in no lift line. Holy shit.
What?
I can fall asleep
Motherfuckers.
literally anywhere.
Exactly. I was fucking
I can't
zoned
fall
out.
asleep in no public transportation. That shit
I
fucks.
can.
You should close that door.
Yeah.
When we were going to, what was it, the ice cream museum? And there was some other girl in our Uber.
Yeah. She was
Was it
asleep and
Uber?
I was asleep.
She was snoring so loud. She was out, and I'm pretty
Oh,
sure she
shit.
was on her way to work. Because as soon as we got there, it was like this office-looking building.
I will rest my eyes. I can't fall asleep
She
though.
was out.
That's something about resting your eyes, though. You rest your eyes and you're like, I'm just gonna take a little rest, and then 2 hours later you wake up. Like that's how sleep happens. Like I don't understand. I'm just able to rest my eyes. I'm like, oh, you're gonna rest your body. Just fucking sleep. Like,
Not in
no.
a fucking, not in public transportation though. I will rest my fucking eyes. I fall asleep on the bus sometimes. If it's on the way to work, that's a long ass ride. Be on that fucking bus for like an hour. I go to sleep.
I would miss my stop if I ever
If
did
it's
that.
the last stop, I don't care. Like
You
I
gotta
fall
keep
asleep.
waking up.
Then it's not sleep. Like, you're just.
Oh, you get it,
Drifting
though.
in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
Trust me, you gotta wake up at fucking 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Why the fuck are you waking up at 3 o'clock?
Because I have to be at work by
you-
5.
Because you
You said the reason you wake up at 3 was because you would have to like get ready and get there. But now you have a car, so why are you still waking up at 3?
What were you talking about when I was riding the bus?
Okay, bitch.
I would have to leave. I would have to leave at 4 to walk 25 minutes to get to the motherfucking stop to ride the motherfucking bus another 30 minutes.
What are you doing, Claudia?
Reading your list. You guys are talking about drag.
Yeah.
Talking about RuPaul's Drag Race.
Well, I said I wanted to be a drag king.
Hey, that would be cool.
What do you want to talk
I'm
about?
sure you
Claudia?
know about that.
Oh, we I said that you should make animated versions of us so that we can put that as the picture for this podcast.
That shit would be dope.
Well, you guys wouldn't be moving.
And then
No, it's just
Yeah,
gonna be.
no,
It
it's
was
just
just gonna
a
be like an
picture.
icon.
yeah.
I can go do that. I can do it right now. I just need a little bit of weed and some crack maybe.
A little bit of weed.
Just rip it off his shirt.
Yeah, I said that, and Latin was like, it would take her like a month to make it, and she would have some excuse every time.
I didn't say all that. You're trying to peel off weed from my shirt.
You
You
peeling
almost
off
pinched
the weed from
almost
his
pinched
shirt.
oh,
What are you,
I'm
Claudia?
glad nobody saw that.
Oh, was that the nipple?
Yeah,
No.
I thought it was.
I can see it from like this.
They commented on his shirt when I walked in the student store. It was like, "Hey, that shirt though." And I was like,
And you're like, uh-huh.
Yeah, right.
I was like, "That's what y'all do on break. Y'all go in cheap." And the little bitch was like, "Yeah."
Does your shirt say Cafefe?
What?
What?
Oh, because I saw
Alley
this and I saw that, and I was like, oh, it must say Cafefe.
Why would it say Covfefe?
I don't know. That was a thing.
Claudia, when did you write that comment?
I didn't write that comment. Latin wrote that comment.
No, that's you.
Oh. Why would you watch it twice, bitch?
That's you.
When did I write that comment? You bitches.
We did nothing. I did nothing.
Hold up. First of all,
You left. You left your account logged in on a computer that you just so
Yeah.
happened to sit at.
What computer?
it's like the third
The
Mac
third one
against, on the
against
wall.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, I was like,
No one tried
She
to
just
run.
stared. That was the face I made when that alien. that
Did you guys log
when
me
I
out,
heard that
man?
alien
Yeah,
sound.
he did.
Yeah, I logged out.
but I was like, this is her worst fear coming true right now.
She looked like the X-Files theme song. We need that.
You left a bunch of other comments on other videos, but I can't remember which videos.
Oh,
I just
God,
remembered
man.
that one.
I was only like 2.
Both Latin and Claudia are eating right now, so if you hear all this nonsense.
I didn't get a snack, man.
But he also. What
I'm
did you
tired.
do? We found out that your second channel wasn't subscribed to any of us, so I was just like, is she subscribed to our channels? And he went and checked. He's like, what?
So
Was that channel I was just gonna have subscribed to like just a bunch of art stuff to be art
You
channel.
weren't subscribed to anything.
I didn't do that part yet.
You haven't done anything yet. You posted 3
Look,
videos.
I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
He was on.
Work in progress. That's what it is.
I hope
I'm
you
doing
guys
it.
realize that you're having a conversation on a video through each other's accounts.
Right now?
Yeah, like on that video, the comments are written by you guys, but through each other's accounts.
I know, it's the best thing. He
it's
watched
pretty
my
funny.
video, and then he commented on it. And I commented to his comment.
He literally reread the comment that you left from his channel and was like, why the fuck would I watch this twice?
Because it's fucking amazing. That's why you watch it twice, bitch.
And then he actually watched it once.
It was
I
dope,
didn't
right?
watch it all the way through. I fucking skimmed
That
through
shit was fire, right?
It was,
Bitch. Look at my face, tell me that shit
it
wasn't
was-
fucking fire.
It was.
Shit was fucking fire! It was so fire, it was on fire. The fucking computer exploded when you were done. You're like, oh shit, it is puke. That's what happened.
Look, look.
Fire!
It played.
If you want to know what all of this is, it'll be in another video.
You'll see it on the Shenanigans channel.
Oh, man.
Okay, we should sign out.
Well,
Do you
this
want to
channel.
figure out a sign out for this podcast?
Sign out.
So
We
we
have
each
to-
we each have like a statement of the day.
You guys
yeah.
can have the statement
What does
of
that
the
mean?
day.
Why wouldn't you have a statement?
Because I can't think of statements.
Just think
What's
of something
statement
random.
of the day? I don't even know.
It can be literally anything. Say like
You
bye.
could say what
But just have
Jerry
something.
Springer says.
What-
Take care of yourself and each other.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
I'm trying to
At the end of the most scandalous fucking show, somebody was in there, they were their own grandpa and shit, and he's like, "Take care of yourself and each other." It's like, the fuck? Don't try to be profound right now, Jerry.
Like final thoughts with Jerry Springer.
I think the. I think the most shenanigans type ending would literally just be cutting it off. Like
It would.
like this ended 2 minutes ago.
Probably.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'll just
I-
say, you know,
I would
literally
wanna
just
have,
end
like,
it. Do you want to? If you want to have an
random
ending, say
statements.
something now, and then.
all right.
I would have-
say,
I would
I would
have a-
say, have a nice day and go be gay. That's what I would say.
Why you look at me and say that?
Yeah. Because you're not gay.
Fuck.
Lullaby. Or that's mine.
Lullaby.
Lullaby.
I just want to say, that's what happens when you fucks with bitches. You get fucked.
I mean, I guess.
Just end it.
Just press stop.
There you go.